to an end that ninth inning. How would you just describe what happened out there?
It's a tough one to kind of put into words. I didn't expect it. You go from kind of not feeling good after that top half and how it played out. It's just the compete, the fight of our guys. I've said it many times over. It was a team win, and you could tell those guys really wanted that game. And to our credit, we didn't quit. And James, his at bats all night long were great. A young player taking walks, and then when he gets an opportunity with the ball in the strike zone to put good swings on it, he's just growing up pretty quickly. And the last few weeks have been really telling. That play there in the top half, off the Bichette bat, Mookie made an errant throw or wide throw, and Will just made a heck of a play. It would have been a different game if he doesn't make that play. A speedy runner in Kiermaier. Just Julio, early on giving up some soft contact, some runs, but to bow his neck and give us 6 innings. That was going to be his last hit of that Merrifield at bat, and he made a great pitch with the changeup to punch him right there down below. And we needed 6 innings from him tonight, given where the pen was at. So much needed, and it's good to see.
At what point in the bottom of the ninth did you feel just the shift in momentum? It felt like you all had a chance to win this game.
I thought after the Mookie base hit and who he had coming up behind him, it just didn't seem like Swanson had his A stuff tonight. And I just felt that I really like JD right there in that spot. But you got to give him credit. He made some big pitches to JD. And, with CT, when he comes up, just good things seem to always happen with Chris. He's always kind of coming up in big spots, and more times than not, he comes up big. And I guess Will ran through a stop sign. So he's not the fleetest of foot, but I'm glad he did tonight.
Was that a good base running play or an over-aggressive one that worked out? Or
it was an over-aggressive one that worked out. So I don't know how far he thought the ball was, off of Guerrero's glove, and then Espinal fielded it. And Dino obviously had the play in front of him, but I'm glad he made that decision.
It's that one when you're just kind of no, and then yes.
It honestly happened so quickly. So I heard later on that Dino was holding him up, but Dino, some great holds tonight, some great sacks as always. But that was one of those that it worked out really well.
How's DeLuca?
It was a hamstring strain, and so my thought is he'll probably go on the IL tomorrow, and we'll have to make a move. And I think we all know who the move will be for.
You guys, you and the team kind of talked about the vibe, and just how close this team is. Like, if that ninth inning, maybe kind of a sign of that, just like every guy just.
It is. Justin Brule, he's been good for us in whatever role we needed, and tonight he just wasn't sharp, and we picked him up, and he's picked us up many times over, and even after that ninth, there was no guys hanging their heads, and James started off with a base hit, and then maybe got an infield hit, so it's good to see him get a couple knocks tonight, and then he followed with Mookie, and that inning kind of took over, and the Muncie at bat was a big at bat too. Last night he swings at a 3-2 pitch that was out of the zone, and tonight he took it, and so that was good to keep that inning going.
how do you grade Julio's start, where he didn't again kind of look like his balance stuff a little bit, but was able to limit damage better than he has at times this year?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a solid beat. I think getting through 6 innings. I don't think consistently he had his best stuff. There was a lot of swing and miss with the fastball, but the variance with the fastball velocity, for me, we're still trying to figure that one out. Made some good pitch with the secondary when he needed to, and I think that was kind of the tell tonight. He made pitches when he needed to.
The other teams have kind of been able to put up like a 3, 4, 5 spot against him at times in the inning, but he was able to kind of limit damage and make pitches when he needed to. Was that kind of like an encouraging sign from him that he didn't kind of make spiral out of it?
It was, and it's kind of, with Julio, he's been through so much, and so it's a little, curious because I'm not used to him letting certain things affect him as much as they have this year, that are out of his control. but to see him stay in the moment, try to get the next hitter out, execute the next pitch, that was good. And we're going to need that because it's not linear. There's going to be things that are out of our control, soft contact, a bad call, and he's still got to go out there and go deep in games. That's his role in this ball club.
Do you have a theory why he's let some of those frustrating things?
What's that?
Do you have a theory why he's let some of those frustrating things impact him more when it starts this year? Is it just the pressure of being in a contract year? Is it sort of pressure puts on himself? What do you think really leads to that?
I don't know. I don't think it's a contract. I think if anything, when you don't feel like you have your best stuff, your deliveries dialed in, I think you just feel, and speaking for him, obviously, you just don't feel like you have as much margin as you do when you're dialed in. And so I think that that's something where if things don't go his way, he's got to work a little harder, and as opposed to it being more kind of seamless. But the stuff still plays, and I'll bet on Julio any night.
Just going back to Ottman, you talked about him growing up quickly. Have you seen the league adjust to him and now him adjust back at plate?
Yeah. I've seen it. I think early on he caught the league by surprise and really got off to a torrid start. And then I think they were spinning a little bit more, crowding on with the fastball, and he started to chase a lot more. And I think right now he's doing a much better job of controlling the strike zone. And he's passing the baton, and when they have to pitch to him and go to him, he's putting his A swing on him. So I do think that he's kind of calibrated and adjusted to the league.
When you see Mookie's throw coming in there in the 10th, just kind of where it was online, like, did you think there was any chance Will was going to be able to make that happen?
Well, from my vantage point, I couldn't really tell how offline it was. I was amazed that he was going to send him right there because it was a one-hop, and he's got a great arm in right field, accurate arm, and so I thought he was going to be dead to rights. And then it kind of where I saw Will go and just made a heck of a play. I mean, I can't speak enough to that play, and you've got to get the glove on Kiermaier's hand. So it's a bang play that he executed.